So in our last class, we looked at some tags, HTML. We're able to use the head tag. Let me bring out the code for this. We're able to use the head tag, which is head1, H1, H1. So the things we did. First of all, we discussed about the structure of HTML. And I told you that this is what the structure of HTML, right? That this should be the first thing that should be written before you begin any other code. Okay? Is important. And I went further, I explained each of these. I said they are called tag. Okay? The doc type identify what? The documents of what you are trying to develop. Okay? That's the HTML, the type of HTML you are trying to develop, HTML documents. Then the head, signify the head in the documents. The title signify the title of the web page. And then each of these have their what we call closing tag. We say we have two types of open tag, two types of tag. Number one is what? Opening tag, and the second is what? Closing tag. Okay? Now, if you want to identify an open tag, this is just an open tag. Open tag does not have a slash behind, but a closing tag has what? A slash behind that title. So if, for instance, if I enter a tag and I did not close the tag and I leave it opened like this, these are now two open tags. This one is open and this one is open, meaning this element is going to throw us an error. If I refresh it here, it's going to throw me an error here. You see that everything that I've typed here has disappeared, which is not supposed to be. Are you getting my point now? The reason is because this title tag that was supposed to be closed was not closed. So it is very, very important that whenever you open a tab, you ensure that you close that tab. So if I put that slash and refresh, save and refresh now, so that everything will come up and the errors will disappear. Okay, these are the things we discussed on last week Wednesday, and we went further to explain that opening tag, the closing tag closes what? The elements, closes the elements. That is after you might have written the HTML element. It closes after the HTML element. While the open tag opens before the HTML element. What I mean by HTML elements, these are the HTML elements, the things, the contents you have to type in what we call HTML element. And we refer all of this together as HTML element as well, when all of them are bind together and they are working the way they are supposed to be. We see them as HTML elements. Are you getting my point? Are we together? Now, I went further, I said that this is the body, and every other content that you need to write, the code you need to write, should be inside the body. If you look at this one, you see that the body of this tag that was open here was closed down here. And the HTML tag that was open here at the top here was closed down here. Meaning that everything we are doing here is inside the structure of HTML. I get my point now. It's inside the structure of HTML. If you pull out this whole thing now, if I cut out this whole thing now, let's say I cut out this whole thing now, I want to put it below the closing of the HTML tag, and I went to refresh. You see it? It's still appearing. Is it still appearing? It's appearing, but it's wrong, totally wrong. Totally what? Wrong. I get my point. So it is not right for all the HTML elements to be outside the body of the structure. So everything happens inside the body of the structure of element. It is only JavaScript, other high-level language, you can write outside the body of the structure, they will still communicate. You get my point? They will still communicate. You get my point? So when you're talking about the body and the elements, it's not supposed to be outside the body. You get my point? So it's very, very important. Take note of that. I would say that this head 1 tag, we refer it as what? Head tag. Is a head tag. And this head tag is the biggest among all the heads. So we call it H1. H1 is the biggest among all the heads. That is why you see that it is very big here. The head 1 that produced this one. This right up here. And you can see how bold it is. And then if you look at the head 2 we have here is what produces this one. You see that it's smaller than the first one. The head 3 is still smaller than what? Second one. And head 4 is smaller than what? The third one. And head 5 is smaller than what? The fourth one. And head 6 is smaller than what? The fifth one. You get the point? So anyone you prefer to use to display your content, to display a heading, that one is left to be what? Your choice. That is your choice. You can make a choice. If you want your website name to display very bold like a sample, you can decide to use head 1. Or if you want it to display very bold, and then use what we call font size to reduce the size and get the little design that you want, is still what? Your choice to make. So this heading, we use it specifically for headings to display the contents of the context that we want. I get my point. And then we went forward and we said that P tag is known to be what? A paragraph tag. Okay? It's known to be a paragraph tag. So you can see here, it's just a paragraph tag. It's only just to write and maintain paragraph. And maintain paragraph space. You know, we have paragraph space. So it's not right that you just code everything without a paragraph space. When you need to involve a paragraph in coding, you involve paragraph tag and continue. If you look at the difference between this one, and this one. Did you say that? The difference is that is the space in between. Did you observe that? Those that we are not here on Wednesday. Did you observe that? The difference is that the space in between. You see it? But these ones, you can see that the space, there's no space, like all of them were very close. Meaning there's no paragraph. I have a point. Meaning there's no paragraph. So these tags are tags that does not begin from the next line. When you look at head 1, they are tags that begin from the next line. As they are beginning from the next line, they will give themselves a paragraph space. You get my point? They will give themselves a paragraph space. But because you see the bold tag, which is the B tag, the bold tag is not a tag that begins from the next line. So that tag just has to be there. And the italicized tag, which is what the I tag, we call it italicized. That's to make it text to be slanty. That's what it is. Now the italicized tag, as it is now, it's not a tag that begins from the next line. So it has to come and join this one. I don't know. Let's say for instance now, I remove break now. The reason why I see that is going to the next line is because I added break there. You can see it joining the next line. It's joining that line. Why is it joining it? Because it's not a tag that begins from the next line. Assuming it's a tag that begins from the next line, it has to go down and start from there. But because it's like this, it's giving us something we don't even like. How can a bold tag and italicized tag be joining together? So that is that we have to separate it with the tag. And for us to separate it now, we have to involve what we call a break tag. A break tag, which is BR. It is one of the tags that does not have closing tag. Am I communicating? It is one of the tags that does not have what? Closing tag. So if you look at every other tag here, all of them have their opening tag and closing tag, opening tag, and closing tag. I get my point. So break is the only tag that does not have what closing tag. Now, if you look at the strong, and you have strong to have a closing tag, and in respect of a bold tag, you can use strong because strong is a kind of is a bold tag as well. It does the little thing like difference between deep and then strong. See, as a programmer, you can decide to use strong if you still bold your text. If you use B, if you still bold what your text. You get the point? They are not text that begins from the next line. That is why it's like that. Okay. Now, if you look at this, let me refresh this. I have break this thing now. I have break between the bold tag and the italicized text. You understand? I have break it. Now, if you look at it now, where did I place the break? I place the break in between the closure of what? The bold tag and in between the opening tag of the italicized tag. Is it like that? This is like that. Let's say I reverse this thing backward now. I reverse this one backward now. You see that it's between this one and what? This one. Right? So anytime you want to break it out, you put it in between the tag you want to break. That particular text you want to break. So if you do that and just run it, save and go around and the text will break down. As it comes down, discover that the line, the space in between is no longer there. So it's like for me, if I want now, I can say, okay, I want this italicized text to come up with the paragraph text. Let it give me a pattern. In that case, then I need to go and add a p tag. I need to come here now. And add p tag, and then close the p tag. Then by that I can get a space. You see the space now. It has given me a paragraph or space. Understand? So that is how it works. But if I don't want a paragraph space, I can just as well just remove the p tag. Then leave it just the way it is. Okay? You can combine, you can write as 10 tags on the same line. More tags you write, that is how you close it accordingly. So that is what I want to explain it again. The first tag to be opened is the last tag to be closed. While the last tag to be opened is the first tag to be closed. Do you understand? I should say it again. The first tab to be opened is the last tab to be closed. While the last tab opened will be the first tab to be closed. That is to say, let's say for instance, let's close this tab. I want somebody to close this tab for me. Not those who are here or those who are not here. Let's say for instance now, I have a p tag, I have a p tag, I have an I tag, I have a b tag, then I have a u tag. Which one will I close first? Then a text come in. The text is that this where are you going to which one will be closed first? U tag. After U tag is what? B tag. After B tag, after I tag. Do you think she's correct? I'm not asking those over here. Do you think she's correct? Uncle, close your own. Which one do you think will be closed first? The U tag. After U tag is what? P tag. After P tag is what? You will close first. After you. After you is what? P. Okay. Seconds. Which one do you think will close first? You after you is what? P. Me after you sleep. That is after this one. So after this one is this one.
Tell us. After you, which one is closing first? Look at P. P is the last. Who else was here? You're not here. So tell us, which one will close first? Why? Why do we do that? Just tell us, you want to say something? Mm-hmm. Really clear. Okay. Any other reason? Okay. Pastor, good. I want to get this illustrate something. Okay, don't worry. You will close first. Okay? After you closes, B will close. After B closes, I will close. And after I close, P will close. P is what is housing all of them. I get my point now. Now the reason for this is that so there will not be intercession. Okay? Now if I not a light of down, you know that you are doing this one of that, you still go down. You might I want to you are not I still go low. You are not you I'm not this high. I'm not this one that. You still go low. Everybody has his own role, his own mind. Meaning there is no intercession. Nobody is jamming each other. Now. Nobody is jamming into each other. So in the case whereby you want to close B before you might have a problem. Maybe if you run it and doesn't have any problem there, you saw that the thing shows well, no problem. The next time you will enter, might not give what you want. Because you have to correct that first one. That mistake you made there before the next one can go well. Do you know? So you don't allow tasks to intersect. So you map them accordingly. So that every person has his own move to follow. So that's why I said the first to open will be the last to close, and the last to open will be the what? First to close. The last to open there was you, followed by what? The B, followed by the I, and followed by what? The P, which is the last. So those are the rules you need to understand about HTML whenever you're implementing that. Are we good? Now the U tag is known as underline. You can see underline the text. The U tag, what it does is underline text. Okay? The U tag is to underline text. That's the duty of the U tag. Okay? Now, after that, look at the sub. The sub. Like x raised to the power of 2, we use what? Superscript. We call it superscript, but in the book we call it sub. For soup. You can see that x is behind the tab before I open it. And the 2 is in between what? The opening of the soup and the closing of what? The superscript. I have my point now. Now, and I said, okay, the first one opening there was not 2. And you can see that the closeness between this one are too close. And I said, okay, let me put it on P so I just have the paragraph with spacing. You get my point? And I said, okay, and I get it here. Before the S. Before the opening tag of what? The soup. Of the soup and then the closing tag of the soup. So there are two things there. We have the superscript and we have the subscript. So this one, the 2 will come below. And this one, the 2 will go up. So this one is the superscript and this one is what? The subscript. Did you get it? Did you get it? Any question? If you have questions, ask you. We are here for you. Okay? Anytime you have questions, you can ask. Now, let's look at into something else. Let's look at something else. How do I add a background color to a web page? How do I add a background color to a web page? There are two ways to add a background color to a web page. One is using HTML method, and the other is CSS. The other is CSS, okay? But because you are not doing CSS, you are only on what? HTML, I will use what? HTML method. To do that, I'm going to open my body tab. You see here? I'll use the space in between there. I use the space. I'll use the space in between there. Then I'll put the PG color. Then I'll say equals to. I'll say pick. And then I will save. And then we'll run it. You see that? So the BG color gives us background. Then
if I want to use CSS, then that means I must have to interpret that to CSS. Okay, I will use this one. I will just have to indicate something like this type equals to, then I'll put the background color, then I'll put color, and then I'll put pick. Then, okay, let me put this one. Sky blue. Did you see that? It changes, right? So I'm going to go back to what? The BG color. Because the BG color, we are interested in BG color. Then I'll put pick. Alright? Good. Now, let's look at something else. Let's look at how we can what? How we can list an item. The method we list item. Okay? And if I want to list an item, I will say 1, 2, 3, or I will use A, B, C, D, or I will use I, or I will use which other type? Hash, opulence, dot, square. So that those are you can use for what we call listing, and we call it on ordered lists and ordered lists. So if I want to list an item, I'm going to use what we call ordered lists. Ordered list. Okay. We have, let's put it on page 4. Talk about ordered list. Ordered list. Okay, you see it go there. This is head words 4. Have it? Now, ordered list. Now, the ordered list is that you are listing an item using 1, 2, 3, or you are listing an item using ABCD, or you are listing an item using a Roman numeral. That's what we call ordered list. So let me input it. Now, if I want to indicate that I want to list an item using ordered list, I need to determine that this is ordered list. Okay, so I'm opening a tab called OL. That OL now means ordered list. So I must first of all determine the type of list I want to do. Is it ordered list or unordered list? So what I'm doing is what? Ordered list. So I will determine the tab, which is what? OL. So if I do that, then I'll come and use what we call LI. A tab called LI. LI means list. LI is what? List. Then I'll start listing the icons. And let me say I have Apple. I'll close the LI, then I have LI, I'll have mango, I'll close the LI, then I have LI, I have orange, and I'll close the LI, which other thing, LI, give me the names of fruits, watermelon, I'll close LI, which other fruits, Okay. Okay. Let me stop there. Alright. After I finish listing, what I will do next is what? To close the ordered list. Remember the list is the first to be open will be the last to be closed. So therefore, we now close what? Ordered list. Slash. You see close here below. So the ordered list is controlling everything here. Get what? So if I go now and refresh my browser, I will have something like 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are items. Understood? Ask the question. If you don't want to start something, I will come to that. If you don't want to display numbers, okay, if you don't want to display numbers, that is where you have to identify the type. Inside ordered list, inside the calculator, then you have to identify what kind of type you want to use. Then therefore you want type is equals to, then you indicate ABC, small letter ABCD, and you refresh down to back to A. If you don't want small letter ABCD, you can indicate capital letter ABCD. Go back and refresh, it changes to capital letter ABCD. If you don't have capital letter ABCD, you want to manage just type I, you go back and then refresh, everything changes. If you want it to put in capital letter I, then put the capital letter I there and then refresh. As you put it, everything will change. You want to apply that means you are not listing an item. That means you are not listing an item. Okay? Indicate 0 here.
If you see jump to 1, 2, 3. So the essence of listing order list is for you to list an item. Whenever you list an item. Are we good? Now, let's divert back to what? Unordered list. Let's look at an unordered list. Hmm? Two colors. Two different colors. Yes. You can indicate two colors on the page. But that one has to do with your CSS. Okay? You can mix two colors. And you need to come in form of animations. Alright? So when you see a background having like 2 or 3 different colors, they are animated. You get my point now? They are animated. So they will make one fade inside, and the other one will come up brighter, and the other one will be doing maybe animation. You are seeing animation like zoom in to zoom out, zoom in to zoom out, animation like that, right? So it comes that way too. I think what that was is a very long journey that maybe we'll spend a lot of hours here. Let's say something like this. God help me. I will find it. I should find that. No. Oh, let's go. Okay, something like this. You can decide to mix the color, right? You can mix the color. No, just pictures. The background will have some color. As it is. But instead of making that, you can get that done. CSS can do that. CSS can do that. Okay. So we'll push forward. So I said we're going to work on order. This let me get this. I'll put below here. I'll put here on order list. Okay, that is on order list. Now for me to identify that is an on order list, I have identified that. So permit me to copy this. I place below. So here we change to view. No other O. That means it's on order list. And every other thing here remains the same. Here we change to view. You get the point now? The only thing that changes is what? The determinant. The difference. The order list and the unordered list. That to ensure that the other one is on order and the other one is ordered list. Those are the 2 different things. You need to take notes. Alright? The remaining LI is the same thing. The remaining LI is the same thing. So if I do this, let me delete this one. I come down, you see that it will come in form of what? A bullets. So in this one, we have only 3 types. We have the disk, we have the cycle, and then we have the square. So the 3 types you can use. Either the disk, the cycle, and what? The square. So this one I'll call the disk. This part and first part I'll call what? The disk. If you don't want that disk, then we can go back and then indicate another type. Then we can put another type equals to, and then you put cycle. Then it will automatically change to what? To cycle. Okay. If I don't want the cycle, then I can decide to change it to square. To square. So if I do that, then I see it will change to what? Square. So there are 3 types. It's either you use the disk, the cycle, or what? So it's like this one, all of them will do what? Will work. So it's a choice to make, alright? So that is how we can implement this thing when it comes to what to list an item. Whatever thing you want to do, or maybe you have list of courses, you want them to align, you have to use what? List method. In that case, you can say, should I use order list? Or should I use some order list? Then you see them arranging in that manner. Order by order or unordered. Any question? Any question? Do you understand? We're going gradual. So I will not load you guys with too much work. Assignments is that we are going to have a sub list under Apple. Let's say we have 2 types of Apple. Let's say I have something like under here, and I see I have and I see head F5, H5, I see types of You see, types of apple. Now, under it now, I will now have another sub list of types of apple.
The types of apple now will not have the same line. This you can see this one, this family, they are the same family. Apple, mango, orange, watermelon, they are the same family. So you are going to have another family now of what? Apple. So which means it's going to come below the types of course apple. That's what we call sub list. We call it sub list. You get any confusion? I should explain again. So you are going to give me the sub list of apple. I think we have two types. How many types of apple do I have? It's not green apple, red apple. There's green apple and red apple that we have. The mango. You can give me types of mango. There are many of them. So under mango, I'm supposed to have what? A list under mango. And orange too, I'm supposed to have a list under orange. You get what now? The sub list. So they are not coming as a family of what? The first apple. They are coming as a family as a type. So that means they are going to create a margin difference. Going to create a margin difference and align in that manner. Are we good? Good. Should we proceed? I should stop it. So that you assimilate this one. Stop here. Okay, then this one, understand the code and do the assignment. What else is playing here? You don't understand? I don't. Sub list. Go home. Apple, mango, orange. Give me sub list of them. Are you hearing? Go. Then you can jot this code down for today. So we'll meet when again? Wednesday. Then we'll be going gradually. If not, I will choke you through. Alright? Those of you who have a really YouTube. Okay, this class. In start of it. On the YouTube. They want to invest for there. Let's do this there. Oh, one minute. You see it. So that's all. What is a very, very simple, very, very simple one that. You see it here? You see it?
Family of apple. See, this one still follow that is family. The ABC still follow his family. Eh? Uh-huh. Tell her, yeah. The code there. Huh? Yeah.
Actually, huh? I keep teaching. Okay, let's say for instance now, I want to add color text. I'm sure I have to use some parameters. I want to color the text. Maybe just this one. Let me make it like red. What do I do? All I need to do is open up the first color. Then I put a quote. Then I will identify it as red. Then I will close it. Then I will have that close as what? Font. Then that particular part should be colored with what? Red. Just the text. Get that? So we'll come to that, okay? How is it going to do that?
So this, what you're going to do for me, look at your, who's with your course form here? Anybody course form here? Course form. The course registration form. Soft copy. Okay. Now when you go home, take a look at that course form. Take a look at it very, very well. What about ITF form? ITF. ITF. Complete. Another ITF form. Form 8. Right. Is it possible to design with HTML? Is it possible? You feel course now. Okay, your course form now. Show now online like fill. When I fill out, you don't print. Yeah. After you finish, you print it. You don't print it. That course form was designed. So you are going to design that course form. That's number one. Assignment. Designing images. You got to design your course form yourself. Then after that, this one. So there's a lot of things you must design. Lots. If you're going to receipt now, I'm not trusting people. You understand? If you're going to receipt now, so this one to 50 like that, take a look at it. Take a look at the course form. Is this something you can develop? Some of the things you look at your doctor, and the things you also try to do. Get that. Take it. Are we good?